Hello, welcome to West Ham Grumble on Irons United with me, Alf Gasparo. So, what's been happening in the West Ham world this week? Well, apparently, Manuel Pellegrini is ditching the kids for some OAPs. That's right. He's after Samir Nasri. Yes, the ex-Arsenal Manchester City player who is currently suspended for a doping violation. There you go. That says it all, really, doesn't it? You know, we're going for over the hill, over the paid, and cheating violators, or whatever you want to call them, which is fantastic, isn't it? That's exactly what we need to, you know, put our season together and get our squad sorted out. Now, what else has been happening in the West Ham world? Well, unfortunately, what I think is unfortunate anyway, that Pablo Zabaleta has decided to hang up his boots at the end of the season, and I wish him well. I think he's been a great servant to us, certainly last season, and actually this season as well. I think he's been quite a revelation, especially as Fredericks has come in to challenge him, and it's just shown that Zabaleta has been a better right back for us. Yes, I know he's losing his legs. Yes, I know he's getting older. And I would love to say when I met him in September at the airport that I had an inside scoop on this, but I had a feeling something was up. But, you know, I'm not in the know and I have no idea really. But I still think he'll be good for another season for us. But wherever he goes, whatever he does, we wish him well. Right, so let's get back to the football, shall we? And West Ham away to Huddersfield last weekend. And, you know, I was predicting a 3-0 win. Woohoo! I was actually on form. You know, the last couple of games, I kind of got very close to the scoreline. I was doing quite well with my predictions. And then all of a sudden, we played like a bunch of donkeys, didn't we? Yeah, we had opportunities, of course we did. And we failed to put them away. But we were kind of disjointed. Whereas Huddersfield, you know, had a bit more power, a bit more presence, and a bit more gumption. And let's face it, they took a worthy lead, you would say. Now, you know, people are blaming Fabianski for the goal as well. Yeah, you know, maybe he was a bit late in seeing it. So I'm not going to put any blame on him. You know, people blaming Rice, you know, for, you know, letting him come through the defence. But again, I'm not going to blame him for that. It was just one of those things. I think overall as a team, we weren't really alive for certainly the first 20-25 minutes. Then we started to come back into it. Second half, we weren't really at the races either. But, you know, we sort of came back into it. And then Anderson came up and, you know, and scored a goal right at the end. Finally, he actually did something. Look, we should be winning these games. My video last week was all about the great expectations. What are my expectations for West Ham going forward? We need to be beating these kinds of teams, home and away. That's the only way we're going to progress. We need to be a lot better as a unit. Now, was all lost? Is it all doom and gloom? No, it isn't, because a point is still a good point for us. But we're supposed to be pushing on. We're supposed to be building for, you know, a better tomorrow, really. And it's the same old West Ham, isn't it? You know, we have a great result, and then next week we should be having another great result, but all of a sudden, you know, we go down now. Now, it's not looking rosy for us. You know, we've got City next after the international break. And we're, well, you know, are we going to get anything there? You know, knowing us, we'll probably put on a stellar performance and we could probably eke out a draw. I don't think we'll win, not against City. But, you know, like last season when they came and stuffed us 4-0, I was at that game and I've got to say I was really dejected after it, and it was the kind of performance that we put in that really hacked me off. And I think, you know, everybody else in the stadium as well. It was just a terrible performance under Moyes that day. So I'm hoping for a lot better under Pellegrini. Now, you know, who have we got to look for within our team who's actually going to pull us together? Well, it's got to be an Arnautovic. Anderson's got to be a lot more consistent. Rice is, you know, he's our sort of driving force in that kind of, well, I suppose midfield role, you could call him. But, you know, in defence, we we are getting better, I would say, but we're still going to be vulnerable, aren't we? You know, Diop and Balbuena, I still think are solid two pairing. Creswell, you know, I think he's still great there. He's a better defender than Masuaku. Zabaleta, I still think he's a better right back than Fredericks right now. But, you know, would we still have Snodgrass in there? For me, I love a workhorse, and I love somebody who's, you know, always trying, always... Now, for me, that's why Snodgrass gets the nod over anybody else. So, you know, there's going to be debate about, you know, whether he's worthy enough to be a Premier League player or whatever. But I think he's shown, he's proven his worth this season. Now, this is what I want to ask you. Leave the comments below as well and let me know what you think of our dear little old young lad, Diangana. Now, first of all, I thought he played really well the first couple of games. Last one, I wasn't too sure. A bit of a headless chicken, I thought, at times. Yes, he's still trying to be industrious. And yes, you know, there's still periods where he showed little bits. But I still don't think he was, you know, on fire. And I think we could say that about the whole team. We weren't on fire. We weren't on point. And that's why we came up and stuck against Huddersfield, which we shouldn't be. We should be, you know, taking the game to these sorts of teams, and we should be, you know, tactically, did Pellegrini get it wrong? You know, did he need to really pack out the midfield so much? Possibly, because they are a, you know, they are a solid team. They are, you know, a no-nonsense team, what I like to call. But I think we could have been a bit more adventurous, taking the game to them a little bit earlier on. Look, you know, we're just round the corner from Carroll returning for our sins, and so he's going to be the alternative, the alternate. Hernandez, I just don't think is really, you know, with us anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves. And well, I wouldn't say in January, but certainly at the end of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves. We are weak up front, I think. If we don't have Arnautovic there, that's it. We're just a nothing team in terms of going forward. We need him to, you know, drive us and pull us up by the bootstraps. So it was, again, another disappointing result, I thought, against Huddersfield. We needed to do a lot better. We as fans, these kind of performances turn us into kind of fickle fans a little bit. One week we're shouting from the rooftops and we're saying what great players we've got and what a great manager we've got. And then a performance like that turns us into a bunch of old moaning gits, you know, oh, he's rubbish, he's crap, oh, what a waste of money and everything. And that's a problem. We can't be consistent as fans if the team aren't consistent. All their performances aren't consistent, or the endeavour, or the, you know, whatever you want to call it, you know, it needs to be better. It needs to be more consistent, and we need to, you know, step up to that next level. We've had 3 seasons, well, 2.5 seasons really, of very mediocre football at times. We've had a couple of highs here and there, but apparently, you know, overall, it's been pretty crud. So we need to step it up now. You know, we did great against Burnley. You know, we didn't lose against Huddersfield, so I don't want to come across as being, oh, God, he's moaning again. All I'm saying is that, you know, we need to expect to do better. We must do better as a team against these, you know, lesser teams, the teams that are struggling. And when they come to the London Stadium, we need to, you know, beat them convincingly as well. And the bigger teams that are coming to us, you know, the Man Cities, you know, the Man Uniteds, whoever, the Liverpools, we need to put up a really good fight and be more tactically astute against these teams as well. Not be so naive. Anyway, so that's my grumble this week. You know, we should have done better against Huddersfield. Bloody hell. You know, and each individual player needs to, you know, just up their game a little bit and be more consistent. That's what we need. And we don't need Nasri. In my opinion, we don't need him. We need to invest in the youth. You know, get the kids back in town. Anyway, that's me, signing out. Catch you on the next Grumble, whenever that is. Cheers now.